Well, good morning. This is Marion Douglas, and as most of you know, I am an entrepreneur and life coach. And I wanted to talk a little bit this morning about something that a comment that was made on one of the videos. And this is by a young woman who I know very well, and we have been friends for some time. And but this is what she said, and I don't think that she meant for this to happen, that there would be a video made around what she said. But what she said was so profound and so much about what it is that we're talking about that I wanted to use it. And this is what it is that she said. She said, Marion, when I listen to you, I feel inspired and I believe that I can do anything. And I want to address first the word that she used in the beginning, and that is inspired. Because, we kick that word around a lot, but here's the breakdown that you might consider. The word inspired comes from a phrase meaning that there's an inner spirit that is moving. So inspiration is the movement of an inner spirit. Now I want to be clear about one thing. I am not doing that. I'm not responsible for that inner spirit, and I'm not responsible for its movement. You guys get to be clear about one thing. If you're listening to what it is that I'm saying, if there is some truth to this whole thing about how you feel an inspired, a moving spirit in you, I am not responsible for that spirit, nor am I responsible for it moving. You are entirely doing that on your own. And so what's happening is that I'm saying something that is so connecting with that inner spirit that it's compelling it to move. The question is, what is it? What is it about what it is that I'm saying and how I'm showing up that your inner spirit is moving about it? So that's the first thing. You have an inner spirit that is moving, and for some reason it is gravitating toward some of the comments that are being made on these videos. It believes in something. It believes in something, and it's moving in the direction of like spirits that believe in the same thing. Now, here's the other thing that she said. The other part of that message was that she believes she can do anything. Well, what if it's possible that this inner spirit that is moved does believe it can do anything? What if there's a real power in that spirit that belongs to you that can do anything? What if that were the truth? What would you do? Why is that spirit moving? And what's holding it in place that will not allow it to be moving all the time on your behalf? Now, what I believe is going on is that inner spirit that is moving in you is chained by some of the beliefs that we talk about on these videos in the morning. It's chained by some beliefs that you were taught that have to do with fear, that you were taught that has to do with disbelief, that has to do with uh, the whole idea of things being impossible. And you have a spirit in you that doesn't actually believe that. And it's trying to get free of it. And in these videos, we're talking about ways to unleash that spirit, to drop some of those things that you have been taught to believe. And as that release is happening in you, that spirit is moving more freely. If that's what's going on, that's exactly the reason why I'm doing these videos. If only one spirit is released like that, and it has the freedom to move and to be in the world and do the things that it's capable of. If only one of you does that, then that would make everything that goes on here, every video that's ever been done, it would make it all worthwhile if just one spirit was moved like that. Because one spirit can move the entire world. And we've all seen it. For many of us, we've lived long enough to see a spirit moved and free and unleashed and acting in the world and the good that it can do. Martin Luther King was one of those spirits. Mother Teresa was one of those spirits. Who are you really? And what would you do? What changes would you make? How would you recreate this world if that spirit that that believes in its freedom, that believes it can do anything, what if that spirit were actually unleashed from all the stuff that it's been taught, all of those chains that is binding it right now? What if it was free from that? What would it do? That's the whole point. So for those people who think that these videos are about creating wealth, yeah, that's a result. It's a result that comes from the movement of a free spirit. And when you feel that, it's because my freedom, my spirit is fighting for the same freedom. And when we're sitting here talking about it, your spirit is gravitating to the freedom of those spirits. That's what's going on. So if that's happening for you, I say congratulations. Congratulations to you. And my spirit is happy about that. It's happy that your spirit is moving like that. My invitation to you is to keep that spirit moving and understand that that's what's really going on. If you're feeling like you're inspired, it's because your inner spirit is in motion about it. The reason why I'm doing these videos is because my inner spirit is in motion. There's something that's compelling. It compels me to get up in the morning and say what it is that I'm saying. Because there may be some spirits out there that hear exactly what it is that I've said today. And because of that, that spirit is a little bit freer than it was yesterday. And it's going to do something in the world today that it wouldn't have done yesterday. And so that is the whole point. And if that spirit is doing something today that it didn't do yesterday, that for whatever reason it thought was not impossible, was not possible, or was chained by some belief, then that's the whole point of why I do these videos. And so my coaching for you today is consider the possibility. This whole thing is about freeing your spirit. This whole thing about wealth and believing, creating a lifestyle that you want to create is more about freeing your spirit than it is about anything else. Accumulating stuff. It's not about that. And I would suggest to you, go to where the spirits are being freed, because there is where you'll find your own freedom.